Greetings, good people. This one is about the Kyrie Irving and Andrew Wiggins and a few others, that situation with the vaccination. I made a video some years ago about the Carmelo Anthony situation. You know, it's a mistake when titles are thrown around like minority. And I saw a segment today in First Take, Stephen A. Smith, the usual. And Stephen A. is talking about trading Kyrie. I heard Chris Broussard say the same thing too. You know, the irony is, because now this thing has penetrated our whole, our whole world basically, this vaccination thing. But specifically with the NBA, Kyrie Irving, particularly, I notice it's such a major topic because they're saying that Kyrie has not been basically mentally stable, very disrespectful. This is why the man don't deal with you guys. But I see what y'all do. Y'all conveniently forget a lot of things. Y'all conveniently sway the narrative. Let me show you how. There's a lot of uncertainty with the vaccine, right? People who have been vaccinated, we already know, still get the COVID. People who are vaccinated, have died. Everybody keep jabbing Kyrie about the flat earth thing, about the sage, about his locker room etiquette and so on and so forth. Do you remember just the other day, people were saying, shut up and dribble. Shut up and dribble. No, this narrative that you guys create is as if there's no uncertainty with this vaccine. There are no deaths. Like, this man is not allowed to make a choice for his life, for his well-being, for his family's well-being. You guys are talking about how much money he's going to lose, talking about how he is. He has a valid case and a valid point. Let the man be. It's not your choice to say whether or not he's going to lose money. Maybe that is not his motive at this point. Because for one, life is more than basketball. Life is more than your entertainment. You understand what I'm saying? Minorities or groups or people classified as minorities are typically oppressed, underprivileged. It's a perfect situation in a microcosmic type of situation. You know what I'm saying? So, for you to be giving people ideas, the Nets should trade him, Kevin Durant should do this or that, you guys sound real foolish. Real foolish. Historically, we know that all people have been experimented on. This is not just a choice because everybody else is doing it. For the simple fact that many people have been oppressed in this country, in this world, and a lot isn't done about it. You see, people can't conveniently be righteous for their own gain. Whether or not you say that this virus is deadly, I think people are resilient. I think the human body is amazing. I know people who have overcome COVID. More than 5 people. Maybe even more than 10 people. They overcame it. So a lot of people are saying that natural immunity is not a thing. This is what I'm talking about, conveniently being righteous at any given time. You see, there are a lot of problems in the world, there are a lot of problems in the US, in America, that have not been addressed, that are far more important. Eating habits. How many people die yearly from cancer and high blood pressure and many other diseases? How many people? How many people died from AIDS? And even today, how many people still die from AIDS? Listen to what it is. Acquired immune deficiency syndrome. Does that ring any kind of bell? Acquired immune deficiency syndrome. That must mean something to you. Our immunity can be compromised by many things. Whether it is what's in the air, from fossil fuels, from the chemicals in food and in water, from the overeating of acidic foods. If you notice, none of these things are addressed. I keep saying it, just take the jab. You know? So, people have the right to choose. Because it is about freedom and choice. That is exactly what it is about. The irony is, a white man came up on TV and announced to the world it is not about freedom and choice. A white man said that. A black man could never go on any stage and say it is not about freedom and choice. This is the subjection that we are under for centuries. Blessed King. This is the subjection that we have been under. That certain people are allowed to say what they want to say and do what they want to do. There are many democratic countries in the world. There has to be a standard, and that standard is rights for individuals. If a group of people want to say, I'm a homosexual, the way that I make love to my partner is to have anal sex with them. If a group of people say no, that is wrong, or we don't want that, they basically fly them head. You lose your career, people look down upon you. But when a man decides that, you know what, this virus is deadly, but the vaccination has shown signs of being deadly, I have to take a step back and evaluate this thing properly. Not because many people have taken it, because on a global level, I think actually in America, maybe only 37% of the people have been vaccinated, meaning taking both dosages. You know what I'm saying? But what about the people who have been taking precaution with their health for many years, not eating dead flesh, not consuming dairy, not smoking, or at least doing the best they can to detox, so on and so forth, when everybody else is running rampant, ingesting and intaking whatever the hell they please? Why is it that we are put on this earth and subjected to other people's ideas and opinions. When did that become freedom? So you remember some years ago when Carmelo was going through his vibes, everybody was ganging up on him, creating all these weird scenarios, and look, the man is back in the league, effective, and is even now on a new team, his second team since that long layoff. You know? But you guys were ganging up on him, making him seem useless or worthless, saying what he would do, could do, couldn't do. All these things. I realize you guys single out certain people who don't fit your description. And it's a damn shame, as usual. As usual. People don't pay attention to certain things, you know, and it's like you're not allowed to say what you want to say. Because if you say it, you can even lose your life. So that means democracy has many flaws, or has a major flaw, that you're not allowed to be free. But then it's portrayed as if it is the epitome of freedom. So, Kyrie, no matter the decision that you make, I don't have anything against people who don't vaccinate or vaccinate. You know, it's a freedom of choice. And I'm proud of the I'm proud of you. You know, for not being like everyone else. That is a great move. I know that you're a great ball player. You know. Kyrie's a great ball player, yes. You know, a lot of people give him respects and so on, but they try to make him seem incomplete. Oh, he's just a great basketball player, but nothing else really. And that is a lie. That is an absolute lie. And despite all that, look at how he expresses himself to you guys. You guys don't want to be bullied and pushed, but despite everything he's been through all these years, he doesn't have these he doesn't lash out and get overly emotional, and you guys can't even respect that about the man. You know, if a man is on a spiritual journey, you guys can't really respect that or understand that if you're not of that caliber. You know, he must just go out there, do his job, make money, and you think that is happiness. But that is not, because even some of you guys who talk and speak, y'all are not happy. I know that for a fact. You know how I know that? Because of the way y'all speak of others. It irks y'all, it bothers you guys that other people can do something that you can't do. Or you're fearful of, you're afraid to do it. But you don't have the wherewithal to respect that another man can do it. So it's a sign of selfishness. Very selfish. You know. The thing is, let's say after all this, Kyrie does take the job. Next thing you know, the man drop out. Who will be to blame for that? You know what they're going to say? Oh, Kyrie Irving was a great basketball player, but he had mental issues. So that is why I'm proud of Kyrie. For being a man. For being a spiritual being. Stephen A. Smith, man, I've been watching you for years, man, and sometimes you're so obnoxious. You think that you have the 411 in every single thing, and that your assessment is the most accurate. Look at you. You got Max Kellerman fired. Max Kellerman was actually a balance, but you can't even see that. You can't see it. I appreciated Max Kellerman in that show. Although I watched Shannon and your boy more. So you boast of being number one and this and that. You know? But maybe it might not even be number two at this point. So I hope Max does well. And I hope at some point he gets back a prime time vibes. He deserves it. There are a lot of times I hear his analysis and I hear how you beat it down and act like if. And I say, oh, so because Stephen is loud and he think that he's a professional or a know-it-all and everything, it may appear that Max is incorrect. But that's not so. I like Max's logic. You know? I like the way he expresses himself. I am more, you know, appreciative of that type of demeanor when delivering analysis. So I'm actually surprised that you guys, that you, a show with you in it, was number one. At one point it was entertaining, but I feel like it's played out and you have not evolved. You know? I'm not going to really beat up a black man like that so much. But if you're arrogant, you deserve a lash. You deserve a beating, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not evolving. You're not standing up for anything. You only stand up for your own opinion. And on the flip side, you don't want people to stand up for theirs. So how do you move on? How do you atone? How do you relate better? Mr. Stephen A. Smith. Even Chris Broussard. No, Chris Broussard, you are a Christian. A lot of people don't want to hear that. You know? You kind of know what it is being a minority in that little class, that little section of the group of people that you're around. So for you to making these statements, it seems like you're trying to please someone or to appease. And sometimes that's not necessarily the best way to go. You guys are American, you guys want to demonstrate democracy. How do you demonstrate democracy in the most efficient way? I think it is by being free and having choice. I think it is by people working together for the betterment of communities and family, so you can have a prosperous future. I think that in a country where slavery and racism has been such a major thing, I think you should be better at problem solving. I don't have to ask what you guys think, because apparently you guys are the greatest and the best, and you're always right. And personally, a person who is always right, I never really get along with. But who am I? What I do know is that Kyrie gets a salute. Andrew Wiggins gets a salute. I forgot homeboy's name. I think he might play for Orlando. Well spoken. A Christian man. But I get what he's saying. Hopefully I'll research him and get his name again. But there are few. And they all sound reasonable to me. We know the experiments that have been done. We know that America has not been trustworthy in many scenarios. You know, there's so many things, a plethora of things, man. Land being stolen from natives, treaties being signed that were not honored. We can go down the line. Families being separated, dismembered and maimed. This is the foundation that was built. Classifying black people as African Americans as if to say black people were not here before 1492. It can get real deep. As if some of the native tribes were not Negroid, that were here for tens of thousands of years, maybe hundreds of thousands of years. Your own science says it. But you all don't want to deal with those things. I realize what it is. Control. You want to control everything. And people come, people go. Countless people have left the earth. It's funny that we're born into a world where all the land is already owned and bought. And you have to come in and fight like a dog to get your peace. And then you have all these powers that be that suppress us. You know? What I'm not going to do, I'm not going to judge America based on its government. I've been coming to the US since I was a child, spending summer holidays. I've met some great people. I have family here. People that have the ambition that a human being should have to be great. So I have a lot of people here that I know that I respect and love. What a lot of countries do, they judge America based on its leadership. But I would say to the world, people here like people anywhere else. They want the best for their family. They want the best for their community. A great many of them. Don't be tricked and fooled by the racists, by the oppressors, by the arrogant, by the show-offs. No. Those are actually small numbers. Yes, they may have power because they have wealth and money and they can direct people to do certain things. But overall, the people here are just like you. They want to live a happy life. One life to live. Why should we be subjected at every turn? It's not right. So yeah, blessed love to Kyrie, blessed love to Andrew, blessed to every man and woman who take their time and make a right choice, who want to see a little bit more, who want to see the results and the data from this whole thing. It's your life. It's your one life. No one should dictate to you what you should do. Eat right, live right, love right. And things will work out. Don't worry about the depopulation thing and the martial law and all these things. I don't think Americans are going to sit down and allow certain things to play out again and again and again forever. At some point, they're going to stand up. So, from what I've gathered, there's nothing perfect. But democracy means freedom and choice. So, Joe Biden, you're wrong for saying that. And how dare you say that? Unless aliens come down here, our people are just dropping out in the street and melting like a sci-fi movie, we shall overcome. No matter the hidden hands, the elite, or whoever. Because remember, who is paying the price for creating this thing? This thing did not happen naturally. When will that be addressed? We want to see some faces. We want to see some people who are involved and how deep it goes. But you guys can't do that because maybe you're part of it. Maybe. You claim there's a lot of misinformation out there. But you know what happens? The people of this generation die, and then the other generation figure it out, and by that time, those lives are gone, and what? It's just a part of history. People are tired of that. This world can be a better place, and you know it. Specifically the black people. You know what you've been through. You know how great many people think of you. You will never get that love. If you haven't gotten it at this point, you will not get it. I'm not political, but from what I've heard from the Republican side, it makes me think maybe the Republicans are not so bad after all. And I'm going to take a jab at the black people who are pushing Democrats and Joe Biden. I think you made a mistake, and I'm not afraid to say so. And I'm neither Republican or Democrat. I'm a child of the Most High. That is who I am. That is what I recognize. We all are, but we all don't recognize it. You know, we put ourselves in these groups, religious groups, and this particular God, and so on and so forth, and waste a lot of time. You know, yeah, it could be much more simple. But we want to see some judgment. How did this thing come to be? Seeing? Love and honor. NBA. What's going to happen when all your players are vaccinated, all your staff? Are all the attendees going to be vaccinated? Will the players still be able to get the virus despite? I hope everything works out, you know. It's a funny thing. Since vaccinated people are still getting the virus, are they going to be tested? How often? There must be an answer. Something has to change. I hope we've turned the corner. I'm not sure how close this country or the world is to herd immunity. But it's a funny thing. I hope your place stays safe. I know they're money makers.